Okay, hello. Welcome to our database solution for EB Games. This is our IENG 3316 term project, phase 1, and was created by Chris Wood, Fraterne, and Glodin. Okay, so a quick little introduction. There are many inventory concerns when it comes to video game stores. Managers need to have ways to track all product movements on a daily basis. Our database design seeks to mitigate these issues in a concise and easy understandable manner. The goal of our database is to help the managers track the history of products and sales. So, the very main problem that we would like to discuss is that for EB games, the managers want to keep track of records and inventories. Right now, they don't have their own database to keep track of their records. They want a database so they can use it to track everyday orders and sales. So, the overall goal for our project. The goal of the project is to build a database for the EB games. This database will maintain records of the different video games and video game related products. It will also keep records of inventories and records of customers. So before we get into the database design, we had a few roles for this phase. The leader was Chris Wood, so in addition to the content of the report and the presentations, he was also in charge of editing, formatting, and submissions. The secretary, Glodin, was in charge of meetings and planning, and the assessor, Fraterne, was in charge of the assessment. So, on to the initial design. We need our database to keep track of standard information of games and products for sale. We need our database to keep track of standard information of consoles as well. We also need to include data about each customer and the products they purchase. Overall, we started by using 8 attributes for games, 20 for consoles, and 10 for customers. So here's our initial table. This is a very basic table, and we called it store. It includes attributes like product ID, game, console, accessory, product name, and so on. This basic table shows all the attributes that we were considered and will be further broken into several components later on. So here are our business rules. All products must be scanned. Payment must be made before taking the product out of the store. All customer information must be collected. Customers must have a unique ID. Products must have a unique ID. Purchases must be recorded. Purchases require the record of payment amount and date sold. Payments may be electronic, and status of all orders must be recorded. And here are some of the requirements we considered. Only authorized personnel is allowed to access the database. All the product information is recorded. Customers' purchases must be scanned and recorded. Customer information is required. Payment must be completed at the store location. Here we move on to normalization. So from a few previous slides ago, I showed you the overall table for all the attributes we wanted to include, and now we've split them into 7 tables. So each table has about 4 to 7 attributes. We have a table for product, inventory, game, consoles, accessories, customer, and order. Finally, we did some research looking into other database solutions that were solving a similar problem. So we found a company called Database Answers that is an online website that created some e-commerce databases for video game products sold online. So they designed an application which would show a list of different products that were available in their stores. Their database also contained 7 tables, and they contained attributes like the store's inventory, and will also be included in our database for our EB Games store. So in summary, the main problem that our video game store was experiencing was tracking all products and sales. With a new database, these problems have been solved. Managers can query this database to obtain any information regarding any product or transactions. Overall, the initial phase to our database solution for EB Games was a complete success. As our project develops into the second and third phase, additional features and components will continue to improve the database and the database design. Thank you so much for listening to our presentation. We would much appreciate any criticism or feedback you have of how we can improve. Hope you have a good weekend. Thanks again. Take care.